Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here, albeit virtually, to speak at today's conference. As Anne has already mentioned, the pandemic has thrown into sharp focus just how important the natural environment is to all of us. And despite all the challenges that this has brought, the work that we have done as a partnership over the past year or so has gone from strength to strength. This hard work means Greater Manchester continues to lead the way in taking new and innovative approaches to enhance the natural environment and engage more people in it. I wanted to take the opportunity to look forward to the opportunities over the next year. But first, I want to highlight just a few of the key achievements over the past year or so, many of which are being showcased in videos and content today. Firstly, how we manage and enhance some of our key habitats that support biodiversity and people. Our trees and woodlands and our peatlands are particularly vital for nature and the wider benefits they bring, including locking up carbon. This year, City of Trees have planted over 150,000 trees, covering an area equivalent to 80 football pitches. If funding is provided by government, they have plans for over 10 times that to be planted over the next 10 years. These will bring benefits for nature and carbon storage in particular, as well as getting people involved in tree planting. On Chat Moss, our key lowland peat area of Salford and Wigan, partners including Lancashire Wildlife Trust, Natural England and both local authorities have come together to buy land in a £700,000 project which will see peatland habitat restored with benefits for biodiversity and carbon storage. This will showcase what can be done and make the case for more restoration of this key natural infrastructure of our city region. Secondly, as well as land, we continue work across partners to improve the quality of our water environment. The multi-partner Natural Course project enters its fourth phase this year and continues to drive forward action to improve water quality across Greater Manchester. Thirdly, we know that these habitats, as well as areas of grassland, wetlands and uplands, are crucial for biodiversity and the wider benefits they can bring. Despite the improvements in the natural environment over the past 50 years, we're facing a biodiversity emergency. To start to understand and to tackle this, we were selected as one of 5 pilot areas by DEFRA to develop a local nature recovery strategy. Many of you, particularly the Greater Manchester Ecology Unit, have inputted into this work, which will help drive action by all of us in the coming years. To support this, the combined authority and 10 local authorities have continued to work together to prepare for biodiversity net gain becoming mandatory through the Environment Act, which we hope will deliver a step change in funding for nature's recovery. Several of our partners, including Lancashire Wildlife Trust, City of Trees, the Forestry Commission and Groundwork, have also been testing how the government's new environmental land management scheme will fund nature's recovery as it's rolled out. The 2 final areas I wanted to cover are absolutely vital to improving our natural environment. The first is people. Engaging people in the natural environment can have so many benefits, particularly for our health and well-being. Whilst many volunteering opportunities have been impacted by the pandemic, we hope that the greater value people have found in nature over the last year will give us momentum to get even more people involved in their local natural environment. The opening of RHS Bridgewater in Salford last month is a huge new asset for the city region in engaging people with nature, particularly given the work that the city region has done with the Royal Horticultural Society to engage the local community. Elsewhere, the Northern Roots project in Oldham is creating the UK's largest urban farm and eco-park on 160 acres of stunning green space 5 minutes from Oldham Town Centre. By transforming this semi-wild urban green space into a destination for learning, leisure and growing, the project aims to benefit the environment and improve the health, well-being and livelihoods of local communities. It will be a fantastic asset. Towards the end of the year, the GM Health and Social Care Partnership was successful in securing £500,000 worth of funding to deliver green social prescribing activities across the city region. These will connect people with nature-based activities such as food growing, community gardening and tree planting, improving mental health and well-being and the natural environment at the same time. We want to use this funding to scale up this offer in the future. Elsewhere, Groundwork continues to work with community groups at a grassroots level, helping them improve their neighbourhoods through initiatives like the Eco Streets project, which will support communities to make their streets greener and healthier places to live. As well as people power, we're reliant on funding to make things happen on the ground. The natural environment remains underfunded, and local authority budgets to maintain and enhance parks and green spaces, well, they continue to come under pressure as a result of the funding package from government. Years of cuts mean that this is a real issue for us, but in Greater Manchester, we're leading the way in working to secure public and private funding for our natural environment. We're really excited that we, along with our partner Lancashire Wildlife Trust, have set up the Greater Manchester Environment Fund. And in the last 6 months alone, it has already brought in £2 million of funding to deliver projects on the ground to improve Greater Manchester's environment. Over time, we want to grow the fund to deliver more and want to work with forward-thinking businesses in Greater Manchester who want to make a positive impact on our city region's environment and support funding environmental improvements. It's a real opportunity for us. Over time, we also want it to be able to attract corporate and private investment to deliver projects on the ground, particularly those that restore habitats or help store carbon. Through the £4 million Ignition project, we've also been developing the case for investment in nature-based solutions in our towns and cities to help reduce the risks from increased flooding as a result of climate change. This afternoon, we'll see the launch of the Living Lab at the University of Salford, which showcases the benefits of green walls, green roofs, and sustainable drainage to helping us adapt our urban areas to climate change. The data and experience of the Living Lab will help build the case for investment in these solutions in the longer term. So again, critically important for us. Together, and despite all the challenges we've faced, we have achieved a lot over the past 18 months. So what next? I think this is a really exciting time to be working on this area in Greater Manchester. Together, I know we will continue to lead on this agenda nationally. To do that, the Mayor has also made nature a key part of his priorities. This includes publishing and delivering on the local nature recovery strategy we've developed over the past 9 months, setting up a Green Spaces Fund to help communities clean up and improve green spaces and pocket parks, increasing the amount and quality, importantly, of accessible nature-rich green space, particularly for our poorest residents. But we'll also place nature at the heart of the new Greater Manchester strategy, the Places for Everyone joint development plan, and any new funding opportunities that present themselves in the months ahead. This is as well as delivering on the breadth of the ambitions in our 5-year environment plan, on reducing our carbon emissions to be carbon neutral by 2038, improving air quality and being more sustainable in what we produce and consume in the city region too. We'll continue to deliver our ambitious policy agenda on renewable energy generation, retrofit of buildings and sustainable travel and low carbon transport. I know that all of you will have your own plans for the next 12 months too. You can watch and hear about many of these as part of this morning's talks and videos, and I'd encourage you to take in as many of those as you can. There is some fantastic practice being showcased today. I want to end by giving my thanks to those of you on the Natural Capital Group, particularly Anne as chair. She does an absolutely brilliant job, but also to all of you who are working with us to make a greener Greater Manchester. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Take care.